Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We are back for the podcast. Yeah, Jesus Lord. The sun comes in. Needs something that is just completely non-necessary right now, and gets upset because I didn't give it to him. Closes his eyes and proceeds to walk into the wall of the office,
just like that.
Yeah, and
I will tell you right now.
I
hate kids, and that made my fucking day.
I love people who hate kids who don't have any. See, it's much better to have kids and hate them.
That sounds so horrible, though.
Whatever. Sue me. But let's go and dive back in.
I'll lose that.
We were just back in talking about Twitter and why that was such a big deal of them having that much power to basically affect a United States election. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, there are plenty of problems with the election process and how it's being handled, especially recently with midterm elections. A lot of shady shit going on with Arizona.
I actually wanted to bring something up. Is
It's so fun, isn't it?
I know. This is what you call it. You forget that you have to speak into this thing. I just want to look at my friends, okay? Jeez.
I want you to look at me, too.
Anyhow, what you call it? So, just like any other corporation that's, in cahoots with the government, NASA, SpaceX, any defense industry, right? I mean, they're staples, right? Because they serve that purpose, and they're never going away, right? And so if you look at Hollywood, right, you could look at that as a propaganda. That's a whole other thing that helps. And so here we are in the information age with the internet, right? And this other corporation came up that governments, they're trying to scoop up. They really like it. Why are you smiling like that, huh?
Because
Cornette's breathing into the microphone.
I hate you.
I wonder what that noise
That was you, stupid.
breathing.
That was me.
Anyway,
Oh my
please
God.
continue,
Yes,
Dalton.
please.
Talk dirty to me.
Please continue.
Breathe dirty to me. I swear to God.
And
You can rotate this
anyhow.
whole thing if you want. So you can
Oh,
look
okay.
toward down. You can look down. Other way. There you go. Now you can just look at us. Now you can look at us.
Neato. I'm just gonna sit at the end of the desk, like at
Jesus
the very end, like I'm the
There you
executive.
go.
I'm
Hell yeah.
important
I love
back
it.
here, okay.
I'm just the sound guy. It's not my show.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Not when Walker's here.
Yeah,
But anyway-
fucking Walker, Jesus, I love him.
So back to my point, right? So governments, corporations, they're back and forth. They're, how do you say? It's a direct line of communication, right? Nonetheless, corporations, government. It's like we got dial up, in comparison to the connection that they have to each other. So our knowledge, our speed at which things are traveling, not only within the internet, but within the governments and corporations and whatever limitations they put on documents and how quickly we can receive those, right? Pfizer, for example. And so it comes into a point to where we can't keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
There's too much information.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why like data analyst is like a dedicated job to just go through aggregates and develop methods in which you can digest data.
But you see that comes into like the same problems with corporations during COVID, right? So you look at little mom and pop stores, and they didn't have the money to go buy a lobbyist to keep themselves open during COVID.
Yep.
Just like me and you, little groups, we don't have money to buy a data analyst to.
And I think what's good is like I don't think we're gonna get nearly the volatility of sort of feedback. We sort of saw this in the midterm elections of the people's outrage about things like, especially during COVID, when everyone was saying stay inside, don't go outside. When we talk about Nancy Pelosi, we hear that all the time, right? She says don't go out and yet goes to the hair salon, right? We heard that all the time, and we've seen that, and it's just the hypocrisy of all these things. I am gonna skate by like I didn't just play that sound. You can't tell me what to do. Was it good?
It was.
Was it good? Yeah.
It was more smooth than the other one you did.
Yeah, you all make fun of me for when I showed you it, but in practice, it was actually fucking stellar.
I'm just mad you didn't put mine in.
You
I told you to do it yesterday.
You should overlay after that. I forget the tune, but it's like this is a master at work, and then it plays that piano.
Well,
tune.
you know what the Canadian life alert thing does now. if you fall and can't get up, it'll just kill you.
It just kills you.
It'll just kill
Yeah,
you.
thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you, Canada.
You've fallen
for
and you're gonna
assisted
die.
Suicide. I love that. Thank
You can
so
die
much.
like of old age and like being on the floor, or you can die now.
Yeah.
Push the button.
How long is it though? You know, because American healthcare, you know, it eventually catches up to everybody else.
Yeah,
right?
we're a couple
Yeah.
decades behind Canada.
Yeah.
How long is it until they tell me to
Dude,
kill myself?
you know what? I'm gonna give it no less than 15 years.
Yeah.
I think it is quite a ways
Honestly,
away, but we're gonna get
realistically
there.
speaking.
100%.
We can't afford to pay your VA this month.
Yeah, all our money's going to Ukraine. Fuck you,
But our suicide booth, you know, it's still covered underneath your insurance plan. So
dude. I miss when that was the joke, but now it's real,
Yeah, now it's real.
right? Futurama isn't funny
I
anymore.
will say that the thing that has been more recent enough, that is kind of worth discussing, is the Brittany Griner situation and the prisoner swap that took place recently.
That was bullshit.
Yeah, largely it is. Of course, we can talk about this at length, and we are going to, because I think it's important. I think it's important realizing exactly, it really showed the kind of real motivations behind who's in office, okay, and a lot of the administration, exactly what their motivations are. And it's very simple. Let's give you guys some background story, because again, you know, you could be the part of Twitter that doesn't receive news at all, and you know, are just now finding out about this, right? So Brittany Griner is a WNBA player. A lot of people say star, which I think is kind of funny because I didn't know about her until I, heard about this story. Because I've heard of LeBron James. I haven't watched a single fucking basketball game. But
Much less a women's basketball game.
Jesus,
Shit.
she's a WNBA player for I think Arizona. And I wrote an article about this recently. You can go, of course, go to thewholemagazine.com using the hyphens between the words and go read this article. I basically took all three people, Victor Bout, Paul Whelan, and Brittany Griner, and wrote information about them. Now, Brittany Griner, she is famous for, ironically, just not being present during the national anthem before her basketball games. She's not famous for basketball. She's rather famous for nefarious reasons, honestly. And that's the extent of Brittany Griner's achievements, really. She plays basketball and complains about the national anthem and how they don't get enough money, even though the WNBA is like a $10 million a year money sink that the NBA loses every year for it.
Tell them about the fucking accomplishments of the prisoner we had to fucking give up.
So there's a trifecta of people that are the focus right now. We have, of course, Brittany Griner. We have, of course, who's a lesbian.
Who?
Brittany, yeah. You're forgiven. You're forgiven. Brittany Griner, we have Paul Whelan, and we have Victor Bout. Okay, so Paul Whelan is a ex-Marine who served. He served in the Marine Corps during Iraqi freedom. However, this is kind of where this is where I kind of come in, because you see a lot about on conservative news streams right now. Paul Whelan, Marine. They always say Marine. They don't say former Marine or ex-Marine. And when you get the context behind all these characters, I hope that you kind of follow along with my kind of way of thinking here. Paul Whelan served in the Marine Corps Reserves during Iraqi freedom. However, don't be fooled. This man was dishonorably discharged from the Marines on charges like attempted robbery, 3 specifications of dereliction of duty, making a false official statement, wrongfully using another person's social security number, and making checks without proper backing. He was an administrative clerk. So he utilizes his role in the military to do some fraudulent shit. That's who Paul Whelan is. Okay.
No. In 2019, ABC, right, a pretty left-leaning rag, that wouldn't necessarily be interested in protecting Americans abroad, in the face of expanding imperialist states. That what I'm saying. Like Fox News would be more likely to run what I'm about to read you.
Okay.
But in 2019, they ran the story that said that an accused American, Paul Whelan, has 4 passports to his name.
Yeah, he is a
Right.
Canadian citizen. He's a United States citizen. He's an Irish citizen.
You don't just get that way because you're a sleaze.
So-
bag. There are reasons why people get shit like that.
Right, so he's Canadian born. He was born in Canada. He has a Irish citizenship. He has a Canadian citizenship, and he has a United States citizenship.
Yeah, that's just kind of weird, man. That's not normal.
Sure, it is.
No,
I feel
it's
like that's
not.
quite more common than people really want to admit.
For Congress critters,
For
yes.
for military, yeah, it's rare. Sure,
Very rare.
sure, but we know his record. We know the timelines of such things.
I mean, again, you
He
are
was-
definitely just taking it at face value.
He
we
was
both
in-
know that the government
So-
isn't always forthcoming
So this
in
is the
what's
thing.
actually going on all the time.
He was attending a wedding of a previous former Marine, a fellow Marine, where he was arrested. Okay, he was arrested
right.
at that wedding. Actually, he was arrested in the hotel room of which he was staying. Metropole, I think something. Again, look at the article, folks. He was arrested there on suspicions of espionage. Apparently, the people who were at the wedding said it was weird that he decided to keep the whole day alone and shit like that. So apparently, he wasn't at the wedding. He was spending an entire time with some citizen, and the Russians accused him of receiving a USB drive containing a bunch of names and addresses of a bunch of personnel that worked at a classified facility. When the lawyers during the trial showed that it was actually just a USB drive of like personal items like photos and shit like that from his vacations, his previous trips to Russia, because that wasn't his first trip to Russia. He lived there for quite some time. The CIA, of course, said that we wouldn't hire so and so for their
their standard is way too high.
They would not.
They wouldn't want
hire
people doing down and dirty shit ever.
They wouldn't hire Paul Whelan, a person like Paul Whelan with his kind of military background, and they wouldn't leave an officer out there without a diplomatic passport. Which, sure, that sounds kind
Maybe
of
he's not an
reasonable.
officer.
The typical
Maybe he's not a
diplomatic
case
passport.
officer.
Well, I'm sure CIA people get passports regardless, official passports at least. I'll
tell you something.
Personally, do I think that he was a spy? No. Why? Because they would have brought him home. I don't.
No,
think,
I disagree.
I think
this
it would be far
admin
more
would
likely.
absolutely take the basketball player.
I think
for
yes,
for
this
social
ad-
justice
thi-
points.
Yes. Hang
over
on.
a
Hang
legitimate
on.
operator.
Calm yourself. Yeah, I agree. Previous administration would have got him home faster. If he was a legitimate person, who was a legitimate spy, who was told by his country to go over there, I'm pretty sure the previous president would have done all he could to get him back home. Absolutely. But seeing as how you're right in the current aspect of things, no. Why would they do that? It doesn't give them any kudo points for any election. So, who did we trade Brittany Griner for? No, not Paul Whelan. Of course, this is my thing too. It's like, oh, he's a Marine. No, he's a former Marine who got dishonorably discharged. He was doing illegal shit while he was being a Marine. So, really don't care that he was a Marine. Honestly, he's a guy to me. That's just my take on it. But who do we trade him for? Who do we trade Brittany Griner for? Victor Bout. Now, Victor Bout is the kind of guy that you write a movie about.
Dude, I want him on speed dial so I can get a crink off from him as fast as possible.
Victor Bout
I want it signed too.
was arrested in a sting operation in 2008 by the Royal Thai Police, which was aided by the United States, of course, on terrorism charges. He was convicted of conspiracy to kill United States citizens and officials delivering anti-aircraft missiles.
Dude, that's based as
You heard
fuck.
that first.
I
You heard that.
need him
You
on
heard that
speed
correctly.
dial.
Anti-aircraft missiles. And then providing aid to a terrorist organization. He was sentenced to 25 years. Largely, this man is considered by intelligence personnel to be one of the most dangerous men in the world. And we traded him for a lesbian WNBA player.
Who?
Exactly. In the bathroom.
Hi, Eve.
We traded him for a lesbian WNBA player.
Okay. I'm gonna sound horrible saying this.
In the mic. To be horrible in the mic.
The way you breathe in the mic, talk into it the same way.
Fuck you, bitch. This is gonna sound horrible the way I'm saying it, but she got if y'all are understanding this, the reason
right,
she got
I
arrested,
mentioned.
reason she got arrested there is because she had, I believe it was THC,
It was
A vape pen
It
with
was
weed in it,
CBD
yeah.
oil. It was hash
CBD.
oil.
Yeah, she
Hash
got arrested
browns?
for not.
Okay, no, this changes
Fuck.
everything. Free her. She didn't do
All right,
nothing.
shut the fuck up, babe.
Hash browns?
That's a true American
That's
right
a true American right Woo!
She got arrested
I peaked so
for doing
hard.
something that is majority illegal in the United States. Illegal in the United States. A couple of states allow it, most of them don't.
Yep.
She did something illegal in another country because she couldn't fucking live a couple. I think it was she was only supposed to be there for about 2 weeks, and she had to get her fucking fix. Had to.
By the way, it gets a little worse. it's still illegal in this country too. It doesn't matter if you live in a state that decriminalized it. If you are like, if the federal government, if you're Al Capone, right? They didn't get him for any of his racketeering shit. They got him for tax evasion. So if you're the new Al Capone, right, in America, you're in Colorado or Alaska or Washington, and you smoke weed and they can't get you for your real criminal behavior, the federal government can't come get you
so
for
Hayes
that.
is putting on his fucking crazy eyes for a second.
Okay.
So listen,
Fucking
I'm glad you
faggot.
brought
No,
that up because
listen to
that's a
me.
very good
That's
point.
real
So
shit.
we want to
That's real
we want to
shit.
trade what the intelligence agencies call the most dangerous man in the world for somebody who got arrested for bringing marijuana into a country. By the way, this is not her first venture to Russia.
No.
She's gone there multiple times in the off season because she's so paid. She's paid so little. She's paid so little. She has to go play for the Russians.
No. She's dedicated to her sport. She'll go play for anyone,
Which is
just
kind
to
of
get
funny
more practice.
because I think I mentioned this when it first came out because this was like when Ukraine was first initially starting popping off, and I was like, "What are the optics in that?" Like, everyone, all the libs are so angry about Russia. Everyone change your fucking profile pictures to the Ukrainian flag.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I'm gonna go play for the Russian team."
Yeah, she's probably hoping no one would ever notice.
So I thought that was a funny little thing.
I slightly want to play devil's advocate.
Go for it.
Please do.
So, on the one hand, right? I'm not saying that you don't have to trade her, right? I'm saying, who are you trading this person for?
I
right?
got your answer.
I know, I understand who, right? But can we lower the stakes, right? Slowly, let's do a risk assessment. All right?
Yeah.
Are the roads icy outside?
I think the government already did that.
No, they didn't.
Look, all right. I've done risk assessments on whether or not I should wear a neon belt across my chest.
Fair.
Right? I think it's
You're
a fair enough point on whether or not we should trade a warlord who quite possibly might have capabilities of trading arms that could harm U.S. citizens, possibly even Miss Griner. Right? This is a high possibility, or even anybody who would be willing to want to trade her.
Now you're breathing into the mic, asshole.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So I'm just more or less curious who we trade for. You know what
Who?
I mean? Do we have like a Russian journalist? Someone can we go lower level?
Best I can do
that's
is
not
war
where this
criminal.
that's not where this finishes. Okay, we have a clip that we're gonna play about how dishonest the White House was about this, and you'll find out here in a second. But honestly, my opinion of the matter is no deal. No one comes home. Sorry.
You chose what you did.
Sorry.
I had
Sucks
one more
to
thing
suck.
to add to
Yeah,
that.
go ahead. Before we play the clip.
If I get on a plane with a weed cart in my pocket and go to an illegal country, are they going to trade for me?
No
Fuck
way. Nope.
Why?
Rot in jail, fucker.
You know why? You know why?
'cause
Because
I'm
you're
white.
not in the face of a fucking... Okay. She is
What?
known to constantly go on social media and argue that she doesn't get paid enough like the NBA
It's
does.
because I'm white.
Yep.
The reason she gets fucking traded for a warlord who has guaranteed been the cause of thousands of deaths, not just American deaths, thousands of deaths all over the world. I'm sure of it.
He provided arms to Western Africa during their civil war.
Oh, yeah. See, worst person in the world. The only reason she got traded is because some dumb fuck in Congress or something convinced Joe Biden, or Joe Biden was fucking stupid. We all know he is. And he was like, this is a good trade. Only because she goes on Twitter and advocates for women's rights in the WNBA. Only reason. I guarantee you, if you found any other person in the WNBA that was even a little less active on social media fighting for their rights, wouldn't have gotten that trade.
I think it only would have been automatic
Okay.
if that person had been transgender.
So we all kind of get the idea of the things, but we know behind the doors what they were talking about. We need to get more points during this next election cycle because we can't do anything else. We're failing economically. We're failing with foreign policy. But we failed even more with this. So let's try and convince people that the Russians were being
All
mean.
right, Joe Biden. All right, listen. So we're gonna get the black community in on this one. They're gonna like it. Sports ball fans are gonna like it too, and people that watch Nicolas Cage movies are also gonna be real interested. Real interested.
So let's play the clip.
Please do.
So this is Karine Jean-Pierre.
Hold on. I
yeah, go
have to
ahead.
go back up. You
Here we
guys
go.
know the movie Lord of War?
Yep.
Yes, it's about him.
Yeah, it's literally. I had to because I was hearing.
Yeah.
I was just putting pieces together in my head. I had to look up names. It's literally motherfucker has a movie based
Yeah.
on him.
He's that of a big deal. He deserved a movie.
Brittany Griner
didn't
doesn't even
deserve
have
it.
a fucking movie yet.
Yeah, isn't that great? Here's the White House telling us why they had no choice but to bring Griner home.
On a different topic, yesterday's prisoner swap. Does the president believe that the deal that was struck by his administration with the Russian administration to free Brittany Griner was a fair one, that was a fair arrangement?
Look, and when I've talked about this yesterday as well, here's the way that we have seen this. When you talk about fair, Brittany Griner is an American citizen who was being held unjustly. She was being held unjustly under intolerable circumstances. That was what was happening to Brittany Griner. And so that means something to the president. He believes, when you have an American passport, it means something. And so he wanted to do everything that he could to make sure that he brought her home. And we were presented with an option. As you know, we've laid this out. You've heard from my NSC colleagues as well, where it was either Brittany or no one.
That's false.
So-
anyone who thinks that's actually what happened, that's no.
So
no,
there it
no,
is.
no. The Russians offered one or the other. And what does the White House say? No. It was only this one.
So there it is, right?
Shut the fuck up.
That's some
I got
that's
something
some
to add.
shit.
I feel like it might be more, if you're really worried about bringing Americans home, it might be more cost effective to go back to Afghanistan and start digging for fucking bodies.
That's
yeah.
a fucking fact.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all noticed that, but did y'all hear when she said unjustly imprisoned?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
unjustly,
bitch broke a law in their country.
when this is what Lily happened.
Stop! You violated the law.
Exactly.
It's what happened.
You're running out of
It's what happened.
You're running out of sounds. Sound bites.
She
what
exactly
happened.
what happened. She got pulled over by the fucking
Lily,
Skyrim police.
Lily was breaking the law, and she was unjustly held.
Russia's just morally,
No,
but real life.
What? Because what does that say? That says a lot right here. That says, we think you're stupid. We're gonna lie directly to your faces. Two, and of course the interviewer, of course, goes on to say, well, is that fair? And of course, Karine gives the usual dribble. Notice how there was like all of that fluff in between the actual answer.
Yep.
Hey, let me distract you with all this other bullshit. Yes, the president believes that she's an American.
Having an American passport really matters unless you're Paul
should
Whelan.
mean something, right? All that shit, and then Russia, and they just casually blame it on Russia. No, but I can't see anything that backs that up. I couldn't see anything that actually, which was a credible source, unlike the usual things that were just citing Karine Jean-Pierre, saying like, well, she said. It's like, well, of course she would say that's her fucking job. I couldn't see anything that actually said that Russians said, no, it's Griner or nobody. And of course, Russian media really just took off right after this happened, and were basically just like lambasting the entire United States because we prefer to get a lesbian WNBA player than anything else.
Let me give you a quick little like snub of the future that's like upcoming. Like the future potential these two people have is not equivalent at all, right? So this basketball lady is going to go on to continue to flounder around in zero prestige. No one's going to care in the next year and a half. Everyone's going to forget about her until she becomes a transgendered athlete or whatever. Victor Bout has already said, I'm going to join a political party. Yep. He's already decided what he's going to do with his future, and he's trading in all of the clout immediately for some other thing.
Well, here's
Who's
the
going to
thing.
be more productive?
Well, you got that exact point, because as a sports professional, right, as she is, your career is only going to last until the max of 40. Then you won't be playing that sport anymore. You're not worth it. No one's going to pay for you. That motherfucker, if he continues to do what he does, he will be able to
No.
do that
He's changed what he's doing.
Hey,
yeah, but we don't know if he's
we
going to do that
gotta
for sure.
we have to have a little moment for sad lib news.
Ooh. What happened? Something bad.
We gotta hear today.
Griner only gets paid $280,000 a year.
That poor bitch.
Oh my god.
Damn,
What's
bitch,
our
you live
average
like this?
salary again?
280. That's like more than like Nancy Pelosi got when she was House Speaker. Can you guys believe that?
That's crazy.
That's
Didn't
been
you say it's only like 20,000 a year?
that's been sad lib news.
Yeah,
That hurts my heart, dude.
yeah. It doesn't hurt mine. Fuck that bitch.
So Have you guys ever worked any customer service jobs before?
Fuck.
Yeah,
no,
I used to work at a Denny's.
I couldn't do that. Shit.
Just humor me though. Humor me.
Yeah, I used to work at a Denny's.
What about you, Kyle?
No.
Oh, okay. So here's how it works, right? All right. Everything's smooth until there's somebody has a fucking problem, right?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Now you want to know what's going. All right. So let's say you have an order wrong with your food, all right? Now for the audience, I'm gonna be mimicking, all right, as if I'm the cashier, all right? You can't see my facial expressions, but just know, all right, if you've ever been in customer service position, I'm you. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm
hey,
sorry.
there's some pickles on my burger.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Now here's my internal monologue. Say whatever the fuck you have to. Give him whatever the fuck he wants to make him go away right now. Okay, yes, sir. I'll go get you pickles right now. Is there any? Oh, you didn't want pickles. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want pickles.
I'm sorry. Can I get you negative pickles?
Yes, please.
Okay, negative pickles. That's
And
good.
a straw. And a straw. You didn't give me a straw on the
I'll get you
table.
15 straws, sir. I'll get you one straw that connects to 15 different things. You could put it all in your mouth at one
Okay,
time.
yeah,
Thank
you.
You get 15 sucking drink power for your drink. All right, that's a whole different other power we haven't measured yet. All right, here at my store. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You have a good day, sir.
I suck shit through a straw.
All right, back to my internal monologue. Like, fuck, Jesus, fuck, I had to deal with that fucking guy. All right,
This is so much better.
that is what politics. See, growing up as a kid, right? I look at politics. I felt it was noble. I had served in the military.
Yo.
I had to work I had to become a part of my community. I had to serve America.
Right.
I had to be there. And I get here, and it feels like these politicians are fucking customer service, and they're telling me I came up to the counter, I'm upset about something. They're like, yeah.
Yeah. We'll get you what you want. Yeah.
Like they're talking to a puppy. Almost like, yeah, oh my god, yeah, free healthcare, military safety. Yes, you don't have to leave your house. We'll just put the tube down your throat. We'll have it. You'll be safe. You'll get your drugs. No guns.
Guns.
You'll feel fucking awesome, bro.
You'll own nothing and you'll be happy.
Everyone will love you and accept you. Okay, just you'll vote for me. Fucking awesome. Fuck, I had to deal with that guy, but I got the vote. I did it.
I got the vote.
You know what I mean? And that's what it feels like.
No, that's a great
It's a
illustration, dude.
And at this point, it's like, if you've ever been, and then so I come back to the realistic aspect of this.
Wait a minute. Are you saying like customer service is not a noble in Denver? Nah.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I'm just looking at politics. All right. And so I come back to it, and look at yourself. You go and you have something wrong with your order. Granted, that store is going to give you what you want, but I'm not casting a vote for the possibility that my order is going to get to my fucking table correctly. Mm-hmm. I'm paying for what I fucking want.
Well, you do pay taxes,
but I'm not getting what I want. So I'm being taxed without representation.
Hey, that's interesting. I wonder if that ever happened before in our country's history.
What do you mean? It's always happened. There hasn't been a time where it didn't happen.
Whiskey rebellion, something or other.
So let me tell you something.
What about tea?
Just in a quick little hiatus note. Somebody wanted us to talk about Puerto Rico becoming a actual state or gaining their sovereignty. Here's the thing, brief summary. They've wanted this for, when I say they, I mean like the small group that wants this. They've wanted this from all information that I can gather. The Puerto Rican people don't really give a shit, and they don't care. They don't care about this movement. They've had this thing going on for a while since they were under the control, quote unquote, of Spain. And now that they're under the control of the United States, since they're United States territory, they are apparently trying to boot this back up again. But it just fails to gain traction. The people don't care. The people don't care. And so I think that's just going to be the story of things for a while. They're going to either, I don't think they have to do better campaigning. Honestly, they have to do better. They have to do better campaigning in order to get people on their side. A lip social worker recently secretly transing a 13-year-old girl.
Hey, I do have to step on out here, guys. It was lovely being here with everybody.
We loved having you.
Oh shit!
It's getting a little late for me out to get home and spend the eve with the family.
Well, it's been great having
yeah,
you.
no.
Okay.
Hell
It's so
yeah.
nice having you stop by. We loved it. We loved having you.
I'm so glad I can see you again.
Yeah.
I
So
got to come on by
amazing.
more often. I've just been getting everything
There's a
straightened
bit of
out.
you missing though. It's like 20 pounds is like not
Isn't it
present.
amazing?
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
For any other military
As it
listeners,
turns out-
leave, get out of there.
As it turns
Get
out, as it turns out,
So much
Ouch.
healthier. He looks
The-
so happy out. He looks. I wish I was him.
see, here's the thing. I've learned because of your example that the like most successful and most like powerful weight loss program is ETSing from the Army.
Correct.
I'm very hopeful for my future.
Well, I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for dropping by.
yeah, buddy.
And we shall see you again soon because you're local.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just call it. The GI Bill's coming soon. After that, I'll be working part time. I'm coming.
Beautiful.
Coming back.
Yes,
Beautiful.
sir.
All right, we love you. Say it back.
Oh my God, I love you. I miss you. And,
For y'all that don't know, that's a textbook response from him.
I definitely have an article that I can read about that. That's related.
Okay, folks. Hello. We are back without the cheesy applause. We left off with the story of the lib social worker secretly transing a 13-year-old girl. A Damariscotta, Maine. Damariscotta, what an interesting name. Maine. All the weird names are on the East Coast, as far as my opinion goes. Damariscotta, Maine mother discovered that a social worker had begun helping her teenage daughter socially transition to the opposite sex behind her back. Amber Levine's mother said that a social worker provided a chest binder to her daughter. Amber Levine is the mother, which the social worker encouraged her to keep secret from her parents. The mother said she never met this social worker, Samuel Roy, and had no idea the school staff was working to put the 13-year-old girl on the path to transition. Other officials also participated in the girl's social transition, using masculine pronouns to address her. The staff who participated in this will not lose their jobs. The mother will address the school board. A social worker at the school encouraged a student to keep a secret from her parents. This is the very definition of child predatory sexual grooming. Predators work to gain victims' trust by driving a wedge between them and their parents. Okay? Now,
I want to ask you something, just real quick, and then I'll let you continue. But between the states, Maine, the one in this story, and Indiana, which do you think is a little more liberal? And just gut feeling.
I'm gonna say Maine, but it's
Yeah.
probably be
No. That
No,
is
that's true.
the correct answer, right? Indiana is definitely flyover country. You
Yeah.
know, full of just the sorts of salt of the earth American
Mm-hmm.
types of people that just go work every day, right? It's just part of the heartland. Okay. Well, I know we might have talked about this on one of the shows, but I want to bring it up again because this is related. Because like this mother is probably going to go to the PTA meeting and get put on a watch list from the FBI.
She did.
Right. Well, here's the thing. In Indiana, parents lose custody after court rules not affirming child's gender identity is abuse. Okay, that shit that you said would only, and I'm not saying you, but like the shit that everyone else, to include yourself, has said would never come here to the States for a while. It's only going to be a Canada thing.
I remember I
Dude.
was pretty in agreement that we are behind Canada by just a couple years, and it finally arrived.
I guess I seem to kind of. Oh,
It
here
finally,
he comes to
it
hit his head
finally
on
arrived.
the wall again.
Oh, hey, Ronan.
You want to use that wall over there?
Yeah, which wall you want to use this time? Do you want to use the left side or the right side,
Or-
or do you just want to go
or a
directly for the
different
door
table?
frame?
What?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No. What?
Listeners, just so you know, I still fucking hate kids.
Hey, close the door, bud.
What is your reasoning to hating kids?
No, don't close
What's
the door
my
in
reason?
here. Close the door out there.
Huh?
What's my reasoning?
Yeah.
I just don't like that. As a kid, that's weird that the door didn't close. I just don't like the
Just
growing.
gonna pull the cable, honey.
I just don't like the growing process of children.
You don't like the growing process
I
of
don't-
children.
See what I mean? Did it again. For y'all
Children are
listening,
klutzy. Children are klutzy. They
the
can't-
mother
Oh
of
my
the child
God.
just came in
So-
to take him and he
Oh,
banged his head
poor
against
kiddo.
the table.
So, do we all know? So Indiana school is forcing staff to hide transgender plans from parents. So
No,
this-
Maine, Maine.
in the same vein.
Maine.
No, this is also Indiana.
Wait a minute. So the thing I said.
Is not true.
No, this is true.
But
No, fuck
so
you.
so
That's
the,
fucked up.
The liberal social worker
Yeah.
was in Maine, And then another story reveals that Indiana school workers
shit.
are being forced to hide transgender change plans from parents. So the parents in an Indiana school district have discovered a district-wide plan to hide gender support. To hide gender support plans from parents whose students are undergoing so-called gender transitions.
That's fucked up. I hate
Who
it.
can we? So are you guys familiar with the name of Sam Brinton?
No.
No, Sam Brinton. So Sam Brinton is a person who was the ex-deputy secretary of the Nuclear Energy Department.
Oh, this guy. See, that's the thing. Is like I know the face, and yeah, he stole the luggage, all that shit.
Yeah, so stole luggage from an airport.
Disgusting.
And was making a big fuss, saying that, oh no, it was Sam's rather than the clothes. When I took the luggage and took it home, the clothes were mine. Keep in mind that this person is gender fluid and totes themselves as being the first gender fluid person to be in the federal government. But
He's not.
Sam Brinton is actually a supporter of Project Trevor, which was originally a sort of foundation that was supposed to be kind of like a charity, which was supposed to prevent the suicides of LGBTQ kids. But in practice, it has just been shown to do exactly what those schools are saying, is driving wedge between parents and children and forcing them to change. And
Which ironically raises the suicide rate.
for those of you that say, oh, it's not forcing, no, it is. If we all can agree for a second that subjecting children to pornographic material, subjecting them to other sort of lewd content, or subjecting them to cigarette ads, for one, will
Or
increase
toy ads.
increase their chances of becoming a smoker, which is why we have laws against that. You're not allowed to have You're not allowed to have advertisements that depict, cigarettes. That's why advertising for tobacco is illegal. It's because of that reason. You can just grab them and come in here and make all the noise. It doesn't matter. No, like I'm saying, get him out.
Rolling all over the place. Are you sure he's I'm not too loud?
We're almost done. It's really a fucking doozy. He used to not be able to open the office door.
That's crazy.
Yeah, look how the world evolves.
Time is crazy.
Yeah, so
Knowledge
Sam,
was a mistake.
Sam is kind of interesting. Let's go and hear some clips of his.
Who looked like me. But now I have received hundreds of cards from young trans and non-binary kids who say they can't wait to grow up to be a nuclear engineer. If that's the new stereotype, trans people are nuclear engineers, I'm okay with it. If we're gonna solve the climate crisis, we need to bring all of the tools to the table.
I don't want to live in this future.
Okay,
I don't want to live in this America. I just fucking don't.
So
I just don't.
Also there's apparently some news things just looking on my feed of like Sam Brinton's, hiring process has some holes in his body. It's like, yeah, no shit. Really? Big surprise there.
Wow.
So that's a big wonder why things are the way that they are for that. Film critics are boycotting the Avatar movie.
Well, yeah, it's racist.
No, it's not racist.
Like blue
it's
people?
cultural appropriation.
No, it's like blue people or like black people, I guess.
No.
Is it cultural
It's cultural appropriation. Apparently, here's a quote from a Twitter person, a Twitter creature. At some point, we gotta talk about the cultural appropriation of Avatar and white actors are cosplaying as POC.
People of color.
It's just a mess, and so not necessary, and no amount of visual effects / CGI is going to erase that bad lace fronts / dry synthetic braids. Jesus, fix it, okay? Culture appropriation. These are blue fucking aliens that stand at 9 feet tall on an alien planet. It's also not
Obviously
real.
Native Americans.
It's also not real. So it's like, where is the culture appropriation? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
No.
Where is it? oh, it's just something that they do.
It's dreadlocks. Dreadlocks is the cultural
They
appropriation.
have to do this, otherwise they lose steam. Because realistically, nothing's happening.
No.
Nothing's happening that they can possibly say that's bad. They have to go, oh, what's something that can be argued for and kind of can't be argued for? Oh, we'll say that the Avatar is depicting cultural appropriation. Yeah, we'll say that, and then not seem like we're crazy.
Well, here's the thing. That Twitter person.
so funny.
It's Ronan ran back inside.
I can't
and
help
is
but
crawling
laugh.
back and
Every
forth.
time she goes to the other side of the table, he runs to the other side underneath it.
We're almost
But,
done.
But here's the thing. You know the only reason she said anything about that is because she is stereotyping. Just the fact that the
Right,
avatars
right,
have
yeah.
braids, she's immediately assuming that they're appropriating black people because black people are known
Well,
to
so
wear
here's the
braids,
thing,
but
right?
That's not
Don't
the
the
case.
blue
'cause
alien
everyone
Smurfs-
wears braids.
Don't the blue alien Smurfs like beat all the humans in the first place? And like
Yeah.
most of the human characters are white, so it's like
Yeah.
Well, here's
isn't
the
this
thing.
like a
It's-
black power movement?
One
at
of the
that point?
humans is one of those fucking
It's
creatures.
kind of hilarious because these people will say that
No,
all the
he's
time.
trans alien.
This is the
This
kind.
has always been a trans.
This is the funniest thing is they say that all the time. They want to say, oh well, they're having white people play people of color and shit like that. They say that all the fucking time, but they are so quick to completely change characters that have been established for decades.
Yeah, right.
Thelma.
It's
Velma,
all of the Mary Janes.
everyone. So where is it? Where you guys say this all the
The
time?
Little Mermaid at like
The Little
3.5
Mermaid,
million dislikes.
The Little Mermaid, like all of it. Like they do this all the time, and they just can't handle the mirror. We're gonna play a lovely little game. We're gonna talk. Not really talk.
I was wondering.
Sorry. We're gonna play something spicy. We're gonna review some clips. We're gonna review some clips from TikTok. We have 4 clips. And we're gonna talk about them and all their sort of idiocracy. They're something to take in. Let's go ahead.
Everybody, welcome back to another school year. This is history class. Things are going to look a little bit differently this year because thanks to a group of very well informed and definitely educated legislators, I'm only allowed to discuss the state standards.
What a crazy idea.
We're going to have a great year, aren't we? First order of...
But miss, it's the first day of school. Tell us about yourself.
No.
Shut up.
No.
I'm not allowed to talk about that.
Nobody cares.
It's not in the state standard.
I never asked.
Right, don't worry about it. I'm gonna come take attendance while you're working.
Wow, doing a
Jonathan,
fucking job is like that. That's
Is that
crazy.
a rainbow on your shirt? Like, I know it's like a unicorn, like jumping over a rainbow, but if you keep wearing that, all of your classmates are gonna turn gay. I'm gonna need you to take it off.
Base.
Okay, yeah.
Wow, crazy.
All right, today's lesson is actually...
Yeah.
can I
so
tell
let's just take a moment here and just talk about this video for a second. What was bad about anything that she just suggested? That teachers do their job and teach the standards?
I'm actually going to be like unironic and like not funny at all. There is one bad thing about that, which is we've all had teachers that talked in that cadence, and we have a new guest, but for real this time.
I'm gonna fucking.
Where's your bungee cord?
I'm thinking.
Where's your bungee cord?
Yeah.
So yeah, you went through public education, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've heard teachers with upspeak like that before, right? Isn't
Well,
that
yeah.
just the most condescending
snarkiest shit, yeah.
And I hate it. And I hate having to work. Like, I know this is getting a little like personal, but like I hate working for people in the government that talk to me like that. I hate that shit. I really do.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Let's address the stuff that she mentions here. So visually, this person is a bald.
Oh yes, please.
As you might have suspected here, this is a bald person, a woman, who is talking about this. And what a crazy idea about, yeah, the state says, like, she is acting like this is the most preposterous thing is teaching the standard. The state says I can only teach you the
all
standard.
the bad decisions the government makes, this is the one that makes you
Like
upset?
having the audacity to
Please.
complain about
Get the
this.
fuck out of here, dude.
Let's continue.
Well, it was supposed to be the nation's very first two political parties, but as you know, I am not allowed to bring politics into the classroom.
Kindergarten.
Yes, in the context of you spouting your political bullshit towards children. No, you can. See, this is where they're intentionally misunderstanding thing. No, you're supposed to teach them about the two-party system and the origins of it. What you're not supposed to do is why you shouldn't vote for this person, why you shouldn't vote for that one, or what policies are good or not.
And to be clear,
that's the idea.
I'm so
here.
tired of shit libs saying on one hand, oh, taking your kids to church is like religious indoctrination. And that's terrible. Why would you do that to your kids? That's unethical. And then on the same hand, if we have questions about like the secretive little gay shit that they do to the kids, like, oh, we're crazy. Shut the fuck
And
up.
I'm just really intrigued by the audacity of this person to have the gall to be like, yeah, this is. Gonna be good.
And another
Let's
thing, I
continue.
want to point out, she looks like she's either a religious cultist or
Yeah.
she's like getting over cancer.
Yeah, largely it is cultish thing.
I just
Let's continue.
For y'all who want to know what this person looks like, I want you to imagine the vegan teacher on YouTube.
Bald.
Age her down and bald her, and this is what this bitch looks like.
Yep.
Some people are just into that, I guess.
Let's continue.
Oh, show us the thing while it's playing too.
Good
That's
luck on your state
that's cool.
assessment. And then something really unique that George Washington did was that he. Sorry. I'm not allowed to say pronoun. Oh my god, I just
Shut
did.
up.
Oh, what was that? Not in the state standard.
That's so cringe.
He ha ha.
That's
Got
so-
the argument because
that's so
can't say
cringe.
pronouns. No, you are not to
Can't
tell
use
a.
pronouns wrong.
You're not to tell a little girl that. Are you sure you're not a he? That's what we mean. Do not. Acting like they're so intelligent.
Missing the
here,
shot on
and
purpose.
It's
You're
actually,
retarded.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny that she is coming from a position of apparent intellectual superiority here, saying like, "Aha, got you. Can't say pronouns." Oh, no. You're not supposed to go to little Susie and say, "Are you sure you're not a boy?" That's what we mean. Hey, by the way, class, I am a he when you're clearly a woman. That's what we mean. That's what the laws in Florida provided, the Parental Rights in Education Act. That's what we mean. So intellectual dishonesty.
What's for lunch today? That is not in the state standards. All right, what everybody do this weekend? Actually, do not tell me. Not in the state standards. Don't tell me.
What the
You need help on your government homework? Sorry, I can't bring politics into the classroom. I'm sure you understand.
You would love to do that though.
What is that?
And you know what?
Okay,
Let me
this
be
person
clear.
just continues to get more annoying.
If she
Yeah,
was
it does.
like that in real life, and I imagine she might be, right? She's
Yeah.
not playing a bit.
I'd punch her in the
Right.
throat.
Here's the thing. I'm glad. I hope she's like that. Like I can't bring politics in it at all. Good. I don't
Good.
want to learn about
We
George
don't-
Washington.
we
from you.
don't
You're
want you
probably gonna
to.
tell me like the wrong
Yeah.
shit. I don't need that shit.
Yeah, the perspective that
I don't
this
want you
person
teaching
has
kids.
is.
I don't want that person
is-
teaching kids.
Yeah, is
I don't want her teaching kids.
moral
I don't want her close to
superiority.
kids. I don't want her anywhere near the decision making.
It's absolutely hilarious.
No.
It's hilarious. We have another one.
She needs to go to a convert. She needs to become a nun.
So the headline, of course, this is from Libs of TikTok. So this video isn't from Libs of TikTok. This is a lib reacting to Libs of TikTok. What? Yeah, I will.
Oh, okay.
So this Republican account on Twitter put out this saying, a middle school in Georgia, imagine walking into your child's school and seeing this. And I'm looking at this photo and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Okay, so
yeah.
from what we're seeing here, it can only be described as a shrine to LGBTQ.
They have all the different flags up there.
They have all the flags, rainbows everywhere, postcards or whatever. By the way, this is what part of the school budget went to, just to let you know. Unless it was, self funded, which I doubt highly.
Could have gone to better books, better desks.
But this
No.
person is, this man is getting some massive CUDA points. His hashtag is apparently, yeah, that makes sense. So let's hear him again.
So this Republican account on Twitter put out this saying, a middle school in Georgia, imagine walking into your child's school and seeing this. And I'm looking at this photo and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Are you really upset that this school is trying to promote inclusivity and acceptance?
Yes.
And what's crazy about this is that Republicans will be mad over schools promoting acceptance, but they won't be mad over the multiple mass shootings we've had in schools and the fact that schools around
You
Okay,
motherfucker.
so
Fucking shoot yourself in the
brilliant,
head, faggot.
Brilliant,
Fuck you.
brilliant.
I tell you
So,
what.
listen to this. Okay, Are they really having a problem that they're promoting fucking inclusivity? What an easy fucking thing to say. No, you are not doing that. We all know what's happening, okay? There's a reason why the percentage of students who identify as LGBTQ has gone up. It's estimated at some point next year that it will be 50-50 if a student identifies as LGBTQ instead of the previous numbers of like 15%, 25%. No, 50%.
And don't.
Why is that?
Don't be mistaken that
Why
it's,
isn't that?
now they feel safe so they can come out. No, their minds are put into a state where they will believe. When I was a kid, when my parents told me something or my teacher told me something, I was like, "Oh, that's true."
Yeah.
Because they were my learners.
Yeah, why is this a thing? Because this is propaganda. You are indoctrinating children into this ideology. That is the intent of this, okay? Well, you know what is not a problem, and I really do not believe anybody who says this of a problem with bullying nowadays in the year 2022, bullying for being gay. Why? Because you are arguably the second most powerful class in America right now.
You'll
it's
get
just
fucked up.
hands down. Okay.
No, if you belittle someone for being gay, your shit's fucked.
Yes.
You're gonna get fucked over and raked over the coals.
Expelled, maybe.
Oh my god.
You know, it goes on.
Dude.
The United States are underfunded. But no, they seem to think that promoting acceptance is the real issue here.
Acceptance,
It's
not
insane.
LGBTQ, and okay, sir, how about you explain to me if it's just about acceptance? Why are we seeing books in school libraries containing?
I know the answer to this one. It's because
homoerotic
they've always been gay
pornography
somehow. Just they never turned gay, like when they were adults and they had the freedom to do it.
My name is Marie.
So you know what's crazy? So y'all might be surprised that this started way earlier than y'all think. When I was a kid, I read one of my favorite books, and it was probably the reason I started to realize my sexuality. It was a book I found in my high school. All right, the book's called Huntress. If any of y'all want to look at it, read it. I love this book, and it's a book about two females who love each other, but they can't show that love because they're in two different classes. One's just a woman who does basically magic. The other one's a knight. Two separate worlds.
If you're trying to convince me that a book containing lesbian characters made
No.
you bi,
No. That's not what I'm trying to say. There is quite detailed graphics of what they do to each other when no one's
Very
looking.
cool.
so
Very detailed.
arguably the straightest porn one could watch.
I too
And that
also
made you
like
bi.
women. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I guarantee you, people that are arguing, who are the people that are putting these books in again?
Who knows?
Yeah, but
Who knows? The dark secret agents.
your kid just scared the fuck out of
Yeah.
me. I did not know. How
I
did he
don't-
get in
dude,
here
he
so
thinks
quietly?
he's people. That's crazy.
Okay, here's second to last video.
Amanda. I use she, her
is this
pronouns.
cringe too?
And I'm a licensed professional counselor and sex therapist in Erie, Pennsylvania. And today I want to talk about minor attracted persons.
Kill
and
yourself.
I want to talk about minor attracted persons because they are probably the most vilified population
I will
of
fucking
folks in our
murder you.
culture. And most folks are making incorrect assumptions about them without actually knowing
What
much
kind
about
of
them.
assumptions?
And those assumptions create harm for an
More
already
harm than
marginalized
harming
population.
children?
Stop.
I hope they fucking die.
Yes, so this person who is a supposedly a professional,
I don't want her telling me how to do sex.
vouched for
that thing's gross.
vouched for pedophiles, and said we have to take into account the pedophile's feelings.
No.
The usage of the word map is to hide what they are. If you break down the acronym minor attracted person, we used to have a collection of very simple words, reduced to one word, usually pedophile.
Yeah.
But there's so much animosity.
Oh,
yeah,
there's stigma
which is
attached to the
which is
word.
good.
Yep.
There
Yeah.
should be a massive stigma around being a pedophile.
Yeah, harming children?
And
is
this
bad?
person
What?
literally sat there and defended them, and said we have to take into account what they feel. We have to take into account the feelings of the pedophiles.
Can we take into account the feelings of the families wrecked
and-
by pedophiles?
yeah, and we have
or the
to-
children who have been hurt and
Don't take
just
into account the children.
victimized by no.
No,
shut
no,
the
no, no.
fuck up.
The people.
That
yeah.
shit makes me mad. Fuck no.
You know how
I literally
That
took
ugly ass
like
bitch.
20 minutes trying to figure out.
as a person who works in the military, I can tell you right now, if I ever was in the field and one of my boys just came up to me and told me like, "Hey, you won't believe what I just did," and he tells me he did that shit and he's a map, and my higher ups,
He would be beaten.
We'd kill him.
You know how many people in my fucking unit would go up to that man and just fucking
Unacceptable.
destroy him? We'd
be
fucking
beaten.
kill him.
They'd be calling the MPs to get us off of
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, we would each take a piece and put that shit in a shrine and gladly put it up on the wall and say we did this to
this is the last
motherfucker.
video we're going to be talking about here, and then
How
we'll
mad
go
am I
and move
gonna
on.
get?
So there's a little poster on the wall on this door. It says, if your parents aren't accepting of your identity, I'm your mom now.
No.
Oh, fuck.
No.
If your
no,
parents
no.
aren't accepting of your identity, I'm your mom now. Okay, that's what this says. Ready?
How to do this green screen thing on TikTok. That's how insane this is. If your parents aren't accepting of your identity, I'm your mom now. Imagine having a problem with that. Imagine
having a problem with that.
Imagine having
Shut the
a
fuck
problem
up.
with that.
I'm peeking the fuck out. I'm so fucking mad, dude.
Imagine having a problem with that. Can you believe that
Imagine
person
that.
just said this?
What is her? Does it?
Her
tell-
position is, because people are reacting appropriately to this.
Yeah.
Which is a poster that says, if your parents don't quote unquote support you, aren't accepting, i.e., if a little child goes, I'm a boy when they're a girl, and your parents don't go head over heels and say, of course, little Susie now, then don't worry, I'll be your mom. Which is really in many different ways.
That's predatory.
Very predatory.
That's predatory.
Very predatory.
100%.
Oh, I'll be your mommy now.
Like you just got done saying, Cornette, the whole you would have trusted your authority figures like your parents, your teachers, firefighters, cops, like without question.
If I was a student now and I know what I do now, I would never trust any of them
But
again.
no. If you're a young kid and you don't know any better yet, you might just be like, oh, I guess that is now my mom.
Yeah.
In
You're
like
fucked.
not in a
because
literal
children
blood way, but I'm
are-
saying like
children
some
are
kid-
impressionable.
Oh my god.
I remember when
And
I was a
so
kid.
let's continue what this
Imagine
person
having a
says.
problem with that.
This develops more.
having a problem with that. And then on top of that, imagine having such a problem with it that you think it's an example of trying to pry children away from their parents.
What the fuck else is it for, dude?
It literally is. Like, this person is so fucking stupid.
No,
Really?
she knows what she's doing.
Like,
There's no way.
No. I think so. We've talked about this many
No.
times on the podcast. I think there are people who are the head honchos of this, and thoroughly. Can you just take those away from? He is fucking those headphones
He
up.
thinks he's people.
He is fucking those. Take them from him. Eve, take the headphones from him.
Should we give him a whiskey?
There we go. He is like splitting those apart. Jesus Lord. He's like taking these headphones and like absolutely like, I'm going to split them apart until the headphones are completely straight and then place them on my head.
I'm telling you right now, his kid's going to become the next Moses. He's splitting the sea.
So,
Damn straight.
so this person has the audacity to kill me. And people are saying that, this is like, even more insane is saying that this is driving a wedge between,
she knows
trying
what
to
she's
still.
doing.
No, we've talked about this before. There's people at the top who are intelligent and they're very smart and wickedly smart. And then there's these people who are stupid. This is a stupid person.
You genuinely think?
I
she's-
think
okay.
all these people we see on
Man,
TikTok are the stupid people.
I'm
no,
not
no.
saying you're wrong. I'm
Because
just saying I can't believe that.
the smart people
Yeah.
don't show their face. No. You lay the seeds and allow these people to walk through the field and reap the seeds for you. These people who are on the TikTok and the social medias are the dumb ones. They are the followers. They are the lemmings that go,
Yeah.
how could you possibly do this? I've been told by my intake of information that I've been force fed that this is absolutely crazy. You can't possibly believe that. And that's why this person is unable to fathom how this means possibly driving a wedge between parents and children.
How is this even
This
a bad
person
thing?
is
How is this
stupid.
even a bad thing?
And that's how I know they're stupid. Is it literally says it right there. If your parents aren't accepting of your identity, I'm your mom now.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Isn't that
exactly.
crazy? But see, you're the problem for thinking that. You're the problem, man.
Hashtag free mom hugs.
I can guarantee you right now, she would fucking go and beat the shit out
You're
of
on a
him.
watch list now.
Why our kids aren't going in public school, and there's a very good reason
Oh,
for that.
yeah, that's
that's
right, you did
why.
say that,
This
yeah.
right here. This right here.
Homeschool.
And guess what? I can
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
pretty much
Fucking
guarantee
exactly.
you that neither of my children It's a very low likelihood that they'll be gay or they'll be trans. Why? Because they're not subjected to this shit.
See, you know what's crazy?
That's why.
You know what's crazy? When they get out of your household, they'll fucking figure it out themselves.
Or even then, they'll be like, huh. They would have the tools of critical thinking and be able to say, no, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, that's kind of fake and gay.
So, yes, that's why I can say very comfortably that this person is just an idiot. And is just an idiot. They do not possibly fathom how this is literally saying...
Is this video going to get any worse?
That is a descent into tyranny.
That's tyranny?
So the major thing is she's combating the idea that severing children from their parents was always the first step towards tyranny. And she's saying that it wasn't.
All queer people, groomers, and pedophiles, something the literal Nazi party did. And you think someone saying, hi, if your parents don't accept you for who you are, I will, is a problem at all, let alone an example of tyranny. You can't reason with these people.
You know what the Nazis also did? They took kids away from their parents and
put them into schools?
And put them into schools that they only taught their beliefs, and they came out of that school becoming Nazis.
Yeah. It's so funny that she called the right the Nazis, which I guess a certain part of them are, but they're doing the most Nazi-ish behavior.
Yeah.
Look, man, all I'm going to say is this bitch is stupid.
Yes, this is a very unintelligent person.
You know what? Fuck it. Y'all make me the fucking president. I'm bringing back the firing line. And you know the first people on that firing line?
These people.
Okay,
They
everyone.
gotta go.
The map.
All right.
It's on the fucking line.
In Minecraft, with due process.
Well, that's going to be it for this episode of the whole magazine. I thank you all so much for joining us. And as usual, have a good one.